The junior golf world was shaken as two rising prodigies faced off, Charlie Woods and Miles Russell. On one side stood Charlie, the son of Tiger Woods, bearing the weight of a legendary legacy. On the other was Miles Russell, a young talent from Jacksonville whose composure and skill had already left fans in awe. This wasn't just about victory. It was about proving who truly belonged on golf's grandest stages. Their first true showdown took place at none other than the Sage Valley Junior Invitational, a tournament known for launching the careers of future PGA Tour stars. Many past champions and participants have gone on to make their mark in the professional circuit. This year, the stakes were higher than ever. According to Golf Monthly and Golf Magic, the competition was more intense and the expectations greater than in any previous edition. The world was about to discover who could thrive under pressure and who would falter. Fans weren't just watching another junior tournament. They were witnessing the birth of a potential legend. Charlie Woods wasn't just playing for himself. He was carrying the immense weight of a legacy crafted by his father's countless trophies, historic victories, and iconic Sunday red moments. Every swing, every putt, every misstep was under a microscope, magnified by the spotlight he was born into. The question loomed: would Charlie rise to meet the moment, or would the pressure of greatness crush him before his journey even began? Across the fairways, Miles Russell approached the stage with a different mindset, calm, composed, and armed with a cold-blooded precision far beyond his years. He wasn't there to honor legacies. He was there to create his own. According to Golf Magic, insiders were already whispering that Russell's game was among the most refined they had ever seen in a player so young. And if his quiet confidence meant anything, he wasn't just there to participate. He came to dominate. With the crowd buzzing and cameras rolling, the stakes had never felt higher. This wasn't just about who would win. It was about who would seize their destiny first. Would Charlie Woods rise to the towering expectations that surrounded him? Or would the relatively unknown prodigy, Miles Russell, steal the spotlight? What happened next would shake the foundations of junior golf and leave even the most devoted fans stunned. On the pristine fairways of Sage Valley, the atmosphere was electric. All eyes were locked on Charlie Woods, and for a fleeting moment, the dream felt real. The dream that he would rise to the occasion, silence the critics, and deliver a performance worthy of the Woods legacy. But as the tournament progressed, it became clear this wasn't going to be the fairy tale fans had envisioned. In a matter of hours, hope gave way to disbelief. According to Golf Magic and Yahoo Sports, Charlie struggled to find any rhythm from the outset. His drives were erratic. His iron play lacked the sharpness he had shown glimpses of in recent outings. And on the greens, his putter simply went cold. The result? A disappointing tie for 25th place, far behind tournament leader Miles Russell and a wave of hungry young talents ready to seize the spotlight. The numbers didn't lie. They painted the picture of a dream slowly unraveling. Fans were left stunned. Few could have predicted such a dramatic collapse, especially after months of build-up around Charlie's improving form and flashes of brilliance. The son of Tiger, Woods had been hailed as a natural-born competitor. But here at Sage Valley, the crushing weight of expectation seemed to take its toll. Every missed fairway, every lip-out birdie putt felt like a dagger, not just to Charlie, but to the countless fans hoping to witness history in the making. As the missed opportunities piled up, a painful new reality began to settle in. And it wasn't just the numbers on the leaderboard telling the story. It was the emotion written across Charlie Woods' face. Those close to the action could see it clearly. The frustration bubbling beneath the surface. A slammed club, a deep sigh, moments of visible struggle that no camera could hide. The tension wasn't just on the course. You could feel it radiating from the gallery. The weight of the Woods name had never felt heavier. This wasn't just a bad round. It was a personal battle against expectations that had been building since the day he first picked up a club. Sage Valley was meant to be Charlie's breakout moment, the tournament where he would finally step out of his father's shadow. Instead, it became a painful reminder: greatness isn't inherited. It's earned, stroke by brutal stroke. 4. The first time, doubt began to creep into even the most loyal hearts of his supporters. And while Charlie struggled to find his footing, Miles Russell was busy widening the gap, both on the scoreboard and in the minds of golf fans everywhere. With ice in his veins and a swing that belonged on the PGA Tour, Miles Russell turned Sage Valley into his personal stage. As reported by the Florida Times-Union and Golf Monthly, Russell didn't just win, he dominated. And just like that, the spotlight shifted. The world wasn't just watching a rivalry anymore, it was witnessing the rise of a new star. This wasn't Charlie's story anymore. It was Miles Russell's world now. From the very first round, Miles set the tone. His iron shots were razor-sharp, his putting touch surgical, and most impressively, he remained completely unshakable under pressure. Where others, including Charlie, faltered, Miles thrived. With each hole he conquered, he pushed Charlie further into unfamiliar territory, chasing a shadow he simply couldn't catch. This wasn't just a win. It was a statement, one that echoed across the junior golf world. A new king was ready to claim the throne. And when that throne was there for the taking, Miles didn't hesitate. He seized it with both hands. His victory wasn't shocking because of any scandal or controversy. It was terrifying in its clarity. For every young golfer chasing dreams of glory, including CharlieWoods, Miles Russell's performance laid bare a massive gap. A gap in readiness, in composure, in greatness, and the worst part? The whole world was watching as that gap widened, minute by minute. It raised an uncomfortable question, one no one wanted to say out loud. Did Charlie crumble under the very pressure that Miles used as fuel? One moment said it all. Watching Miles stride up the 18th fairway, there was no fear, no nerves, just focus and business. In contrast, Charlie's final rounds were riddled with doubt, missteps, and a visible struggle that made the difference. Crystal clear. There was uncertainty. There was second-guessing. And in CharlieWoods' body language, you could see the realization settling in, just how far the mountains still stretched ahead. This was no longer just a tournament loss. It was a brutal awakening. Because at Sage Valley, it wasn't just about winning a trophy. It was about seizing a moment that could shape a legacy. Miles Russell's domination sent a chilling message across the junior golf world. Potential means nothing if you can't deliver when the lights are brightest. And for CharlieWoods, a young player shouldering the hopes of millions, this was a painful glimpse into the unforgiving reality of elite competition. Every champion has to start somewhere, but so does every downfall. As fans watched Miles lift the trophy, one thought echoed louder than any cheer. Has the next era already begun? And is Charlie being left behind before it even starts? The final round had barely ended, but the aftershocks of Charlie's performance were already rippling through the golf world. For Team Woods, this wasn't just a disappointing weekend, it was a sobering reality check. And when reality hits this hard, it leaves a mark you can't ignore. According to Essentially Sports and several other outlets, the disappointment wasn't limited to fans. Even insiders and former pros began asking the uncomfortable questions. Was Charlie truly ready for this level? Or had the spotlight come too soon? Was the competition too intense, too soon? Had the hype around CharlieWoods ballooned faster than his game could keep up? The whispers of doubt grew louder, evolving into a storm that now surrounded the young star. For Tiger Woods, a man whose own career was built on preparation, patience, and precision, the brutal defeat at Sage Valley may have forced an uncomfortable conversation within Team Woods. What was once considered a perfectly paced development plan might now be under serious scrutiny. Was Charlie being pushed into the spotlight too early? Were the high-profile tournaments doing more to pile on pressure than to encourage growth? These were no longer just speculative questions. They were necessary ones. When even legends are forced to rethink the strategy, it's clear a critical crossroads has been reached. Fans who had come to witness the rise of a dynasty left Sage Valley with mixed emotions. Sadness, because the dream of a Woods legacy felt more fragile than ever. Frustration, because the potential was obvious, but the polish wasn't. And most of all, concern. Deep concern that the weight of enormous expectations was bearing down on a teenager before he'd had a real chance to grow into the player he was meant to be. The emotional investment in Charlie wasn't just rooted in hype, it was rooted in belief. And now that belief was being tested. Even respected voices in the golf community began to hint at a needed reassessment. As Essentially Sports pointed out, the reality of elite junior golf is unforgiving, and it waits for no one, not even the son of the greatest to ever play. Elite golf is brutal. The margins are razor thin, and emotional resilience often matters just as much as technical skill. Without both, even the brightest talents risk being eclipsed. If Sage Valley proved anything, it was this: the path to greatness won't be paved by name alone. Charlie Woods, for all his natural talent and famous lineage, will have to grind, to rebuild, perhaps even away from the spotlight, if he hopes to catch up to competitors like Miles Russell, who showed the world what true readiness looks like. The chase is on, but the climb ahead is steeper than ever. The dream isn't over, but it just got a whole lot harder. And as the dust settled, one question lingered over the fairways and fan forums alike. Is Charlie ready for the battle?